Hi fourth grades, how are you doing? I hope all of you are doing good. Hey, tell me, what is this? And how tall is it? If you don't know, this video is gonna tell you at the end. Welcome to our new lesson, lesson 12.6, metric units of length. Metric units of length. In lesson 12.2, we have studied customary units of length, which are inch, yard, and foot. But today, inshallah, we are gonna talk about metric units of length, which are kilometer, meters, decimeters, centimeters, and millimeters. Alright, kilometers. As you see, the first letter is K. Meters, the first letter is M. So, I'm gonna put abbreviation for every one. The abbreviation for kilometer, KM. KM. And the abbreviation of meters, M. The abbreviation of decimeters, DM. Centimeters, CM. Millimeters, MM. Alright. And which is the greatest one? The greatest one is kilometer. After that, meter. After that, decimeter, centimeter, and the last one, the smallest one, is millimeter. Kilometers, I can use it to know the distance between two cities. For example, the distance between Riyadh City and Medina City is about 800 kilometers. And meter, I'm gonna use it to know how tall is your school. You can use it to know how tall is your school. Decimeter, you can use it to know how tall is your book, your Go Math book. Centimeter, you can use it for your Go Math also. How tall is your Go Math book? Millimeter, you should to use it to know how tall is that most things. For example, your fingernail. If you want to know how tall is your fingernail, you should to use millimeter. Let's see. Here, as you see, I have a ruler. Ruler has centimeters from 1 here to what? To 12. From 1 to 12, as you see. Here, there is 0. From 0 to 1, this is called 1 centimeter. 1 centimeter. After that, 2 centimeter, 3 centimeter. Between, for example, 5 and 6, there are millimeters. There are 10 millimeters. Right? Alright. So, could you tell me, how tall is your math book? Exactly, if you try to measure it by using your ruler, you will find it 30 centimeter. Could you tell me, how tall is your fingernail? Exactly, you will use your ruler to know how tall is your fingernail. You will find it maybe 2 millimeters. Alright, let's go. Here, from 0 to 10 centimeters, as you see on the ruler, equals 1 decimeter. 1 decimeter. And in this picture, you can see informative boards. One of them tells 70 kilometer per hour, and the other tells 31 kilometer left. Alright. In this page, we can make connections. You can use different metric units to describe the same length. For example, you can measure the length of a book as 3 decimeters or as 30 decimeters. 3 decimeters equals 30 decimeters. That means there is a relation between them, between decimeters and centimeters. Of course, let's learn. The relation between metric units of length, the biggest one, as you know, kilometer. And if you want to convert from kilometer to meter, you should to ask yourself, how many meters in kilometer? There are 1,000 meters. There are 1,000 meters in a kilometer. Alright, so when I want to convert from kilometer to meter, I should to multiply by 1,000. Alright, if you want to convert it from meter to decimeter, you should to ask yourself, how many decimeter in 1 meter? Of course, you will find 10. So you should to multiply by 10 if you want to convert from meter to decimeter. And if you want to convert from decimeter to centimeter, as you see, you should to also multiply by 10 because there are 10 centimeters in 1 decimeter. And if you want to convert from centimeter to millimeter, you should to multiply by also 10. By also what? 10. Because there are 10 millimeters in 1 centimeter. Alright, put all of these plan on your mind. Let's go. If you want to convert from meter to centimeter, you should to multiply by what? You will go through 10 and 10. From meter to centimeter, I'm gonna throw 10 and 10. So I'm gonna multiply by exactly 100. If I want to convert it from meter to centimeter, you should to multiply by 100. Put all of these plan inside your mind. Don't forget it. Sure. Here guys, share and show time. Let's practice. Complete. Example 1. Example 1 says 2 meters equal how many centimeters? How many centimeters? If you come back to this plan, you will know how many centimeters in 1 meter. How many centimeters in 1 meter? How many centimeters in 1 meter? If you want to convert from meter to centimeter, you should to multiply by what? Exactly, by 100. So I'm gonna multiply 2 by 100. So the answer is 2 centimeters. So 2 meters equals 2 centimeters. Number 2. Question 2. 3 centimeters equals how many millimeters? 3 centimeters equals how many millimeters? If you come back to your plane, you want to convert it from centimeter to millimeter. You want to convert it from centimeter into millimeter. So I'm gonna multiply by what? By 10. Exactly. Let's see. 3 multiply by 10 equals, great, 30 millimeters. So 3 centimeters equals 30 millimeters. Is it difficult? I think it's easy. Question 3. 5 decimeters equals how many centimeters? 5 decimeters. I want to convert from decimeter to centimeter. If you come back to your plane, you will find from decimeter to centimeter, you should to multiply by what? By 10. Exactly. If I want to convert it from decimeter to centimeter, I'm gonna multiply by 10. Great. Let's multiply. So I'm gonna multiply 5 by 10 equals what? Great. 50 centimeters. 50 centimeters in 5 decimeters. Alright, let's practice another idea. Compare using less than, more than, or equal. Question 4. Question 4 says 4 meters less than, greater than, or equal 40 decimeters. Do you remember comparing rule? Yes, I remember it. Number 1, convert from the big unit to the small unit. The big unit is meter. The big unit, meter. Ask yourself, how many decimeters in 1 meter? Of course, 10. So I'm gonna multiply 4 by 10. 4 by 10 equals what? 40 decimeter. dm. dm means decimeter. The abbreviation of decimeter. So 40 decimeter and 40 decimeters, exactly they are equal. Question 5 says 5 centimeters, 5 millimeters. Use your comparing rule. Convert from the big unit to the small unit. Big unit is centimeter, bigger than millimeter. So ask yourself, how many millimeters in 1 centimeter? Exactly 10. So I'm gonna multiply 5 by 10. 5 by 10 means 50. 50 what? 50 millimeter. And I have 5 millimeter. 5 millimeter. Exactly 50 millimeter is greater than 5 millimeter. Question 6 says 6 decimeters and 65 centimeters. Decimeters, centimeters. Which is a great unit. Exactly decimeter is greater than centimeter. So I'm gonna convert from decimeter to centimeter. Ask yourself, how many centimeters in 1 decimeter? Exactly 10. So 6 multiplied 10. So 6 by 10 equals 60 centimeter cm. Now, which is greater? 60 centimeter or 65 centimeter? Exactly 65 centimeter. Question 7 says 7 meters or 700 millimeters. I want to convert it from meters to millimeters. So ask yourself, how many millimeters in 1 meter? Ask yourself, then multiply. Great! 1000. If you back to your plane, you will find 3 zeros. You will go through 3 zeros. So you will multiply by 1000. 7 multiplied by 1000 equal, great, 7 thousands. 7 thousands. So which is greater, 7,000 millimeter or 700 millimeters? 7,000 millimeters or 700 millimeters? Exactly 700 is greater than 700 millimeter. Here we go. Let's learn another idea. Describe the length in meters. Write your answer as a fraction and as a decimal. Question 8 says 65 centimeters equals what or what meters? Here in this question, in this idea, you should to convert from centimeter to meter. Ask yourself, which is the smallest? Meter or centimeter? Which is the smallest? Meter or centimeters unit? Of course, centimeters is the smallest. So I'm gonna write here small and here big. When I want to convert from small to big unit, you should to divide. You should divide by what? By 10, by 100, by 1000. Ask yourself to know how many centimeters in 1 meter. Ask yourself, how many centimeters in 1 meter? 100 centimeters in 1 meter. So I'm gonna divide it by 100. So my answer is gonna be 65 hundredths or 0.65. Do you remember the way that I have explained before about writing decimals? Great. Question 9. 47 centimeters equals what or what meter? I want to convert again from centimeter to meter. So I'm gonna divide. I'm gonna what? Divide. Divide by what? Ask yourself how many centimeters in 1 meter? 100. So I'm gonna divide by 100. Great. So my answer is gonna be what? Great. 47 hundredths in fraction and 0.47. Question 10. 9 decimeters equals what or what meter? 9 decimeters equals what or what meter? I want to convert from decimeter, the small unit, to the big unit meter. So I'm gonna divide it by what? Ask yourself how many decimeters in 1 meter? There are 10 decimeters in 1 meter, so I'm gonna divide it by 10. My answer is gonna be what? Great! Your answer is gonna be 9 over 10 in fraction, or 0.9. 0.9 in decimal. Question 11. 2 decimeters equals what or what meter? You want to convert from decimeters into meter, from small unit to big unit. So I'm gonna divide. Divide by what? Great. I'm gonna divide by 10, because there are 10 decimeters in 1 meter. So my answer is gonna be what? My answer is gonna be 2/10 in fraction, or 0.2 in decimal. Alright, I hope you understood this part. I know there is a new part for you, so you should to focus and try to solve it. If you didn't understand, listen to this part again. Problem solving part. Applications part. Question 12. A new building is 25 meters tall. How many decimeters tall is a building? As you see in the picture, this building is 25 meters tall. 25 meters tall. If you start to measure it from the land to the top, you will find it 25 meters. Alright, how many decimeters tall in the building? He wants you to convert from meter to decimeter. He wants you to convert from meter to decimeter. Ask yourself, which is the biggest unit? The big unit is meter, and the small unit is decimeter. Great job. When you want to convert from big to small, you should to multiply or divide. Big to small, multiply. Multiply by what? Ask yourself, how many decimeters in 1 meter? Great, 10. So I'm gonna multiply 25 by 10. So the answer is gonna be what? Great job. 250. 250 decimeters. dm. dm is the abbreviation of decimeters. Great job. Let's go. Now, do you want to know how tall is it? Great. The answer is written in this picture. Try to find it and write it as a comment after watching your video. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.